Week 12 of the NFL season, meanwhile, all but in the books. And the Sunday action concluded actually today with the Chiefs sneaking by the Broncos by the narrowest of margins. Pete Prisco, the unofficial but rightful mayor of Jacksonville, is a columnist as well for CBSSports.com and joins me now to discuss all that we saw during Week 12. And Pete, again, I tried to make it last night. I got to the 4-minute mark of the fifth quarter, but I didn't see that which we just saw. Gary Kubiak taking a lot of heat today.
Well, and rightfully so, Josh. And I'm going to go back to the end of the game in regulation. He scores a touchdown to go up 7. Why not go for 2 with 3 minutes to go in the game, make it a 9-point game, game over? If he doesn't get the 2, it's still a 7-point game. If the Chiefs do score, then they kick the extra point. They don't go for a 2 anyways, and you go to overtime. There's no risk. There's a lot of reward for doing that, and he didn't do it. Then he botched the end of overtime. Look, it was a bad night for Gary Kubiak.
Great night, though, for the Chiefs. Again, I mentioned 8-3, and they'd be sitting in a tie for first, if not for Derek Carr and the Raiders. They made things interesting against Carolina before pulling it out in the end. Officially, is Oakland a legitimate threat to the Patriots in the AFC?
Well, offensively, I would say yes. And you've seen that all season long with Derek Carr and that offense. But defensively, and we saw it again against Carolina, they still have issues on that side of the football. And for all the money they spent there, they went out and spent money on Sean Smith, Bruce Irvin, they brought in Reggie Nelson. They just have not improved to the point where you have to get to be a Super Bowl contender. Now, can it happen in the next 5 weeks? Maybe. They've improved a little bit. They need to get a lot better, Josh.
Over in the NFC, meanwhile, the Buccaneers, big win against the Seahawks. They keep pace with the Falcons. The NFC South, awfully bunched up. Suddenly, Seattle looks vulnerable. If it's the Cowboys' world and we're just living it, how do you see that NFC South now unfolding?
Well, Tampa has a big game this week at San Diego, but you got to give Dirk Cutter a lot of credit for what they did Sunday. You know, that Seattle team came in hot, and the offensive line, which has been a major issue all season long, seemed to play better for a couple of weeks. Well, on Sunday, Tampa Bay got all over Russell Wilson, Noah Spence, Gerald McCoy. They pressured him all afternoon. He got sacked 6 times, got hit a bunch more. And Tampa Bay has a lot of young defenders on that side of the ball. I mentioned Spence, Vernon Hargreaves. I mean, these guys are growing up before your eyes. I don't know if they're a legitimate playoff contender, but they're going to be in the mix all the way to the end to maybe push for a wild card spot.
Packers, Eagles tonight. What are you going to be watching for?
You know, look, Aaron Rodgers has taken a lot of heat this year, and he's continued to take heat. He was very good last week against Washington. They couldn't stop anybody. You look at that side of the ball, tons of injuries for the Packers, and it puts an awful lot of pressure on an offense that hasn't been a typical Packer offense all season long to keep up. I think he's going to go into Philadelphia tonight and look like the Aaron Rodgers we expected to see all season long. They just got to hope that that defense can slow down Philly a little bit. If they do, then Green Bay can go in, win the game, and then there's still the division race.
Should be a good one. I can only hope that I can only hope you take a lot of those stories to your grave, albeit decades and decades from today. Pete Prisco of CBS Sports.
I will.
As always, we appreciate the time.